welcome to the 7 Show with Tyra Goose, and myself. It is yet another Sunday. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. And we got an exciting, interesting, and what's the word? Spicy show for you.
Caliente.
Muy caliente.
We're gonna talk about how this best man took the wife at the wedding.
Woo! He got some
Sheesh.
cojones.
Jeez.
Huge cojones.
Talk about a woman that needs to let her man or her ex go. We'll talk about. But we got a lot of things that we're going to talk about today: sleep, divorce, and all that good stuff. We're finally going to get to that topic. It's been like 3 weeks, right?
Right.
We're finally going to get to
It got pushed back a week because
We had
last week
guests.
was so good with our guests.
Absolutely it was. And thank you to Cecily and Miguel for joining us last week and talking about endometriosis during Endometriosis Awareness Month. They were an open book, and they were really informing, entertaining, and anything else good I can say about them. That's what they were. But with all that being said, y'all know how I like to start the show. We kind of exchanged pleasantries beforehand, but nobody else heard it. So how y'all been?
We're
We're
good.
good.
Yeah, we're good. We had a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. How about
Yeah.
you?
I'm under the weather, if you can hear. But other than that,
Justin moved over like I need 6 feet between.
listen, whatever it is, he
already got it.
step to the bad side. baby.
Justin said, I feel fine.
Microphone over
Step
here.
into the bad side.
Oh,
He said I got my own microphone over here.
feel better, Tyra.
Well, with all that being said, I'm glad everybody's doing well. Of course, we all want to do well out here. Oh, you heard that? She said, "Hey, 10-7 family,
Hey,
What's up,
Sheena.
lady? How you?
appreciate you joining us today. As always, appreciate you. Make sure you tell some folks to join us because it's a family affair.
Absolutely.
But y'all know how we like to do here on the 10-7 show. We like to start off by breaking the ice a little bit, and by doing that, we bring up your favorite part of the show. Yes, that is the Would You Rather portion of the show, brought to you by who, Tara?
Therapeutic billing.
Tell us a little bit.
Certainly. So, Therapeutic Billing is a full service medical billing and credentialing firm. We focus on individual and small group specialty practices. We offer virtual assistant services, bookkeeping services, credentialing, and re-credentialing. The telephone number to reach us is 610-228-2029. And the web address for Therapeutic Billing, if you'd like to contact Therapeutic Billing that way, is www.therapeuticbilling.com.
Take advantage, y'all. Take
Mhm.
advantage. Now,
Absolutely.
would you rather? I believe Tyra has the would you rather's for today.
I do have 3, but I believe you have some too.
Oh, I can put those in the kitty for later. I'll
Okay.
use the ones that you.
Okay.
Mine can always be anytime. We might use ours as a top. Mine as
I
a
hope
top.
you wrote them. I hope you wrote them down.
Well, right.
Justin will be like, oh, right. I don't want
And I'll sit here and say I can remember them, but I probably won't. But it's the type of thing that is like so common, especially for men, that it'll come back to me.
Still Trent.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead on in for the day. I actually have a little bit more than 3, so we'll see how this goes. Would you rather have to experience permanent daytime or permanent nighttime?
Permanent
daytime.
Yeah, permanent daytime.
Yeah, I say permanent daytime too.
Yeah.
I sleep in the daytime now.
It would be nice, like, to be able to go to one of those, like, Scandinavian countries or maybe Alaska where it's, like, getting ready to be, like, it's night and then it's getting ready to be day or vice versa.
That would be cool.
I think it'd be fun to experience, but I wouldn't want to live in permanent.
I'd like the experience of that. Definitely wouldn't want to live in that, but I'd like to.
Yeah.
3:30 in the morning outside throwing the football around or something.
Exactly.
Yep.
My body would be so confused. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the next one. Would you rather have a watch that stops time or a calendar that predicts one event each week?
I got plenty of watches that stop time.
Plenty of watches need a barrier strapped all together. I'm going with the calendar.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
What does the calendar? It
The
predicts.
calendar predicts one event each week, or a watch that stops time. I don't know.
I'll take the calendar. I might be able to make some money off that.
Definitely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm going with that.
Oh,
All right.
always
I'll be the
talking about
eyeball at the group and go with the watch.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. That's why they make
That's
chocolate
fine.
and vanilla.
Yep.
You
That's
go ahead with
cool.
that.
Right.
Go ahead with your worthless
Like
watch.
certain things, but like if I'm in the, if somebody's trying to rob me, I can just stop that. You know,
But for how long though?
That's all right.
I don't know. You know,
Okay.
you know what makes me really think about it? Like I think about that movie Final Destination. Like, you know, when you saw them logs coming off that truck.
Oh my God. Every time we're on the highway and we're behind one of those trucks that have the logs, that's what I picture in my head. That scene.
Yes. Like, would you love to be able to stop that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the eyeball of the group. Take the
Okay.
watch. So,
All right. That's
Right.
cool.
All right, you'll be the poor one.
that for me personally, this is the last one.
Okay.
I was a little torn with this one. So
Okay.
you'll see. Would you rather never have to wait or always be able to find a parking spot?
Always be able to find a parking spot.
Always be able to have to find a parking spot.
Find a parking spot.
Really? I was a little torn because I hate waiting in line. I just hate.
I know. I hate waiting too. Because
Oh, you
I
didn't
don't
mean
like
waiting for a parking spot?
no. So you never have to wait, no matter what you're doing, or you'll always find a parking spot, no matter what.
okay, so then I want to change my answer because
Yeah.
I want to change my answer because I hate waiting too
Yeah.
for everything.
It wasn't
I hate
waiting
waiting
at
too.
college.
But
And
also, I think I hate circling the block more.
say again, Goose.
I said I hate waiting too, but I think I hate circling the block more.
Oh, especially if we're in New York. Oh, forget
Oh
about
my God. We had an issue here where for years where you get home after a certain time, you ain't finding a parking spot.
Oh yeah,
it. Nope.
no, that was my life for 16 years.
If we were still in that situation, I'd say parking spot.
Yeah.
But since we're not, I'll take the other one. I don't even remember what that was.
Never have to wait ever.
Mhm.
And let us know,
Which means
guys,
I'll never
what
have to
your
wait
thoughts
to
are.
find a parking spot.
Right. You'd always have a parking spot.
That's how.
It's like you got a permanent garage.
yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
I'll take the parking spot.
All right. So those were our would you rather questions for the day, brought to you by Therapeutic Billing.
All right.
go. Just realized I didn't have my notes in front of me, but now it's time for that. Oh, hold on, we got the comments. Hold on, sorry y'all. The thing is blocking my view. Sheena says she would have the permanent daytime. She would rather have that. And she also says she would rather always be able to find.
Yeah.
Spot.
I mean, because I'm not really a line. I don't wait in lines now. I really don't like to. That's why I get up early. So when the man unlocked the door, I walk through it.
Right there.
I know that's right.
Yep. So, all right. Dear 10-7. Dear 10-7.
Time for the Dear 10-7 portion of the show. So I think Goose said he's taking the first one, so that gives me time to find my stuff.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Dear 10-7, my husband and I have resolved to be more open about our sexual desires after a long dry spell, which has really revitalized all aspects of our relationship and made us much happier. We often dress up during sex, which is really fun, but recently he confessed a desire that gave me pause. He wants me to dress up as a casual acquaintance of ours. He wants to call me her name and for me to wear a very particular kind of clothing she wears. I'm not sure what to think. It's kind of gross and also suggests he'd rather be sleeping with her. Then again, maybe I should be glad he's not, and he's making do with what he's got. Me. What should I do?
Ooh.
I guess from the man perspective, I want to say be happy he's not approaching the other one. And y'all have fun with it. As the man in me wants to say that. So that's what I'm gonna say.
But see that this is the thing, and even though they both agreed to be open with their sexual desires, don't believe that, fellas. As you can see,
I don't know.
as you can see, you're still going to be judged. So just proceed with caution. I wouldn't have said nothing like this.
No, I would never.
Call me her name. Can I call you? Let me see. What can I call you? Since we call names.
I don't give a damn. I probably ain't listen anyway.
This is so strange.
Yeah, but let her say the wrong name.
So I mean, he got a crush, flat out.
He got a crush, but he got a crush on like the neighbor. Like she's accessible,
right?
But he's not pursuing.
Exactly.
So he say.
Allegedly.
See, we just using the facts of the letter.
The thing is, he's paying close attention. If he wants you to dress like her, he's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that when he mentioned how to dress, the wife knew who he was talking about and what it was, so she paid attention to that too. So maybe she a flight attendant. I mean, maybe she's a police officer and they see her in uniform every day.
He definitely, or she says he wants to call me her name. So when he's screwing his wife, he's saying another woman's name. I'm not okay with that.
I'm not okay.
Nobody said that it was okay.
Listen, okay.
Maybe she wears yoga
bands. Based off of their agreement, it should be, but we all know that it's not.
Well, we'll see. You know, I mean, okay. Since we call it names, then let's do it.
Let's call names. All right, cool. I want you to dress up like someone, such and such.
I want you to dress
maybe
like
you should say that to your husband.
Question for the fellas: If she has ever said the wrong name during sex, did that stop you? Just a question.
That's what I want to know.
You can call us up at 669-275-0323 and let us know. If she has ever said the wrong name during sex, has it stopped you from doing what you was doing?
I want to know to the men on this show, if the situation was reversed, and she was writing to call her husband another man's name and wanted her husband to dress like another man, how would you guys feel?
And I'm still getting it?
Well, why are y'all looking at us like that? I said this shit was wrong.
Okay. Well, I know my husband feels sorry, so we're good.
So you would be okay with me calling you Breezy?
If that's what gets you off.
Oh my gosh.
No, no, not a celebrity. Somebody you know. He worked at the coffee shop that y'all go to. He worked at the restaurant, and he's y'all waiter every time y'all go there.
Okay, I wouldn't like it, but it's still me. Okay. At the end of the day, it's still me getting it, and not him getting it. And and I'm okay with me getting it and not him.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't side with you on that one.
You don't have to. Just don't say the wrong name. Just don't say the wrong name.
So they want some comparison.
Sit down. You know what? If you don't stop.
All right, so let's go on.
Charlie from the 7-Eleven might be a wife beater, so you know. I said Charlie from the 7-Eleven.
Yes, you did. Don't want no problems, Charlie. So,
am I reading this one?
Sure, why not? Have at it.
All right, here we go. Dear 10-7. This is the second one, y'all. Dear 10-7, my former boyfriend and I were in a serious exclusive relationship for nearly 6 years. While we never lived together, we were intimately close and spent most nights together. He always told me how much he loved me and that I was the best. 7 months ago, he blindsided me. He broke up with me in the coldest, least empathetic way possible. I hardly even recognized him as he spoke. He said that we'd been a great couple, and I cried hearing him speak about our relationship in the past tense that way. Since breaking up with me, he suddenly bought a house and cut off all contact with me. It seems he's turned to stone and has no remorse. I think about him every day. I feel like an old fool for having loved him, having overlooked his faults all these years. I'm so ashamed. It It's as though we never happened since we don't speak or text at all now. I really feel like part of me had died when we broke up. How did this man forget me so quickly? How could he not feel any remorse or sadness? He said he would always love me.
Hmm.
I mean, he may always love you, but he won't always be in love with you.
That's for sure.
She said she was blindsided. Like, I ain't see this coming.
She was blindsided, and those are the ones that hurt the most, right?
Yeah.
Maybe think about this. Maybe he wasn't happy, and maybe there was some time that he wasn't happy and he needed to break it off. And to get over you, he had to completely.
That's what I was thinking. Like Ted ripped the Band-Aid off philosophy.
Exactly. He needed to uncommunicate. What do you call it? Disconnect. What do you call
Disconnect?
Disconnect.
it? Disconnect. But I was trying to use that word with communication. But he had to excommunicate from you in order to get over you and move on, which you should probably do. He's excommunicated from you. You have to try to not think about the fact that he's not calling or texting you or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Excommunicate from him so you can move on.
And I'm sure it's really painful for her, but at this point, like, he's clearly moved on. He's made like some pretty significant life changes. You're gonna have to just treat it like a death and just mourn the loss, because it's not. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to treat it like a death, but
I mean, but
out of sight, out of mind.
It is a loss, so she needs to mourn and move on. That's my advice. Who am I?
Well, I want to know.
Whatever you do, don't go around busting out his windows. No,
don't bust the windows out nobody's car. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want to go to jail.
What are you saying?
Nothing. I was saying, I want to know what faults did she overlook. I want to know. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20.
It always is.
Yeah. Sometimes hindsight is 20/20, but also when you're hurt and you're in that mindset, everything is a flag from the past.
Yeah. But she said I overlooked.
He tied his shoes left string over right string. I should have known then.
Right. I'm just saying, like, sometimes
everything is a flag back when you're in that situation.
No, I mean, I agree with you there. But I'm just saying, sometimes as women, I'm not speaking for all men, for all women either, but sometimes us as women, we have a tendency to kind of see the fairy tale side of things. You know what I mean? Because we want to be with a person. And even though they're no good, we try to justify, you know, being with this person, because either we think we're going to change him, or, you know, eventually he'll change. So let me just hang in there and be this ride or die. If that's the case, you need to realize, you know, your worth, and stop letting these men use you as practice for the next woman. You know what I mean? You may have met him at a low point, and he may have loved you or liked you for how you helped him get higher. But now, once he's at this point, he don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
maybe her breath stink.
Who he was at that moment. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times men do that. And then they'll leave you, get themselves together, and then marry somebody else. And you like, what?
What the world? Mm-hmm.
Right. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't overlook everything.
Right.
You can't overlook it. So the one thing you got to do too is see what role you played in this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to blame it all on him. See what role you played. What did you ignore? You ignored some stuff.
Yeah.
You put it in the letter, but you didn't put what you ignored. And it was some stuff that really was like serious, you know, beeping red, flashing red flags.
She's actually still sounding like she would be overlooking those things.
Right. And so you don't get yourself in that situation with another man.
Right.
Good
luck.
I kind of stand by the thing, like, he just wasn't happy and he was over it. He might not have been happy for a while and was probably afraid to hurt her feelings, and it just came to a head. That could have been the thing.
That could have been.
I could agree with that. Yeah. I could definitely agree with that.
They're on the Dear John tip.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
She didn't talk about any issues between the two. She didn't talk about any cheating or anything like that. It was, you know, they were together and they were intimately close and they spent most nights together. So
yeah, it's a shame.
Just over the whole thing.
Yeah, they nights. What else did they do? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's not telling the whole story in this letter. That's how I feel. I don't think
I mean,
she's story.
exclusive relationship for 6 years, that's a long time. 6 years is a long time to
But if
spend.
it's so exclusive, right, for 6 years, and y'all spent most nights, she ain't say, oh, we went on the trips together. I met his family. We did this. We did that.
But I'm sure in 6 years, you don't. Well, no, I was gonna say I'm sure in 6 years she did, but I can't say that because
I mean, there's a lot that's not said in the letter.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of adding
speculation.
We are, because we don't have all the facts, so we're going off of what we have, and kind of.
And we're kind of
because we kind of have to do this, because if we just took what was in the letter, we'd be like, "Yo, he don't want to message you no more. Move on."
Right.
And I think that's what I truly think that's what it is. Like, we're kind of going off in an antagonizing way. Like, he might have been this, he might have been that. We don't know.
We don't.
Going by what she said.
No, but Tara did say that she may hold some responsibility in it also.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
I just think he was over it. That's just my person. I think he was over it.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure there was things that she saw. I'm pretty sure that there was something there. There were red flags there. You know what I mean? I'm not being antagonistic.
Not necessarily.
I'm just necessarily.
What red flags would have to be there?
I mean, if y'all that close for like 6 years, you could start to feel the distance. You could
okay,
tell
well, that can be
right.
That can be a red flag, but that's not something that you're like, I started to feel distant. Like, you talking about what the good stuff, and her letter is consistent with what you're saying, where she overlooked the red flags and she kind of just talked about the good stuff going. She never mentions anything negative about him at all. So it's kind of consistent with what Tyra is saying, that she, overlooking those red flags, if there are red flags, she's still doing it right now.
Because she very well thought she was in a relationship with him, and he could have very well been in a situationship with her.
How about it?
Could have been, but if it's a situationship, you don't break up. Situationships don't break up.
Well, yeah, you do. If
he was in a
relationship,
wasn't
you cut a situationship off.
But I like she was in La La Land with this. She wasn't really seeing things for what they really were.
It's very possible. But what I'm saying, her not putting anything negative about him is hard to go off of. It's hard to go into anything negative about him. We don't know anything negative about him.
Nobody said anything negative.
No, but you're talking about the red flags and you're talking about negative things. Like, everything has a red flag. You and I have red flags.
This happened 7 months ago. Like, it's still raw.
It's new, of course. Yeah, it's new.
But 7 months is a good minute.
7 months is a good minute, but 6 years trumps that.
Right. But I'm just saying,
but
like,
dude ain't saying nothing to you in 7 months.
Yeah.
He's moved on.
Yeah, but you have no choice. You have to move on.
Don't be surprised if you get a phone call from him.
No, it's definitely coming. It's coming. It's definitely coming. But do not fall back into it. Do not
don't answer
into it. He can call you all he wants. Hey, how you doing? Good. We could bust it up for 5 minutes. All right, I'll talk to you later. Do not fall back into it, because he's gonna call. It's gonna happen.
Don't fall for none of it.
It's definitely gonna happen.
It's gonna be bad for both of y'all.
Yep. So, all right, let's move on from this one.
Who got
it? I'll take it. All right. So, dear 10-7, my boyfriend and I moved in together during quarantine, and I'm assuming she means lockdown. At that point, we had only been together for a few months, but it made sense financially and it felt right. In the beginning, everything was awesome. We had sex every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and got to know each other really, really well. Now quarantine is over. We're still both working from home, but things have changed. The sex is fine, but not what it used to be. I've started masturbating, usually at least once or twice a day. The problem is I feel like I need to hide it from him, as if I'm cheating. We only have a 2-bedroom, so keeping it secret can sometimes be difficult. Is it weird that I feel like I'm doing something wrong? I find myself doing it secretly in the shower, behind closed doors, or only when he's out of the apartment, and I have a fear I'm going to get caught. Is this normal? To masturbate? Yes, it is normal.
No, I think she's talking about
To hide
the
it?
guilty feeling.
That's strange.
Was guilty for masturbating.
Are you Mormon?
It's like, how often are you masturbating? Like, you just want to just lay on the couch in the middle of the day and masturbate?
I'm assuming probably every day, since the sex was happening every day.
Maybe
No,
I mean
at least once or 2 times a day she's masturbating.
Yeah, once or twice a day.
well,
yeah.
maybe you guys have different sex drives, or maybe something's going on with
Listen, you do what make you feel good.
You're
He know how to join in if he wants to.
You're not committing a crime, and everybody masturbates because they feel nice.
I have a question. Like I'm not the expert on masturbation or anything like that.
You're not?
Nah, I mean I've been there a time or two, but I don't know.
This conversation is going left.
She says, I find myself doing it secretly in the shower, behind closed doors, or when he's out of the apartment. Well, when else would you be doing it?
Right. I think she just want to sit in her car and let go.
No, what she's saying is if he on the sofa playing video games, she wants to do it so that he's not aware that she's actually doing it. You dig what I'm saying? So she won't go in the bedroom to do it and leave the door open, because she wants to hide it.
But I don't understand why.
Well, maybe he doesn't
do it in front of him. He might like it.
Listen, that's what I was going to say.
Said.
Do it in front of him.
He know how to join in if he wants to.
Yep,
hey, listen.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go rub one out. You good? You want to
come with me? Oh goodness. I mean, I don't know. You're not cheating. Masturbation's normal. Hiding it from
you're cheating on him with yourself. How dare you?
How dare you be intimate with yourself? No, I don't think it's abnormal, but maybe you should just tell him, like, listen, my sex drive is like here, and yours is like here.
I mean, did you have a conversation with him? You be like, yo, dog, I think I'm gonna need some more penis than you giving out. Ask him. He might be ready to oblige.
Yeah, I'm sure he would if you asked him nicely. Right?
Even if you ask him unnicely.
unnicely.
Unnicely. Come here, need some peen. No. All right. All right. Anyway, moving right along.
That's the Dear 10-7 portion. Call us with your opinions, your thoughts on the Dear 10-7 part, 669-275-0323. Let us know what you think.
Oh, ain't right. Yeah, don't nobody love us.
Oh, you can call us. Don't leave us alone.
Get your other phone and call us. So, all right.
There's no comment there.
What's happening? Is Tyra delirious?
Yes.
She's saying things.
You see things?
Under the weather and yeah, it's taking effect now.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So Tara, tell us about this guy. He was a best man.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And
all right.
He steals the bride from what?
So the backstory is these three went to high school together, but when they were in high school together, they weren't really like close. They knew of each other, they knew each other, but they weren't close. Okay, so the way it goes is, the way the article reads is, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the best man to steal the bride away from the groom at the wedding.
There goes the hearse.
Did you hear what Goose said?
No, it was too quiet.
He said, and there goes the hearse.
Yeah.
So ultimately what happened was Desiree White, this is the bride, who ultimately divorced her husband to marry her lifelong friend and the best man at their wedding, Bryant, after he confessed his undying love for her while toasting her nuptials to his then best friend. So what he said was, this is verbatim what he said in his speech. I remember the moment I saw Desiree. I loved her. I fell in love with her. I knew she had to be mine. I thought she was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen. So White's former spouse, they didn't name his name. They're sitting side by side at their wedding, at their reception, slack jawed, okay? And Bryant is pouring out his heart in front of them and their 200 plus wedding guests. He goes on to say in his best man speech, I love you both. Congratulations. And then it ended there. So the bride, Desiree, says she was embarrassed. She started turning red. It was like a wave of awkwardness overcame the room. She said initially everyone was laughing, but then it got quiet and everyone was like, is he serious? Is this real? So she admittedly says she was confused by his confession because their relationship had been staunchly platonic for years. He never said anything to her. She never knew. So, like I said, the trio went to high school together. He never confessed how he felt. On the wedding day, he walked into her parents' house. She says she came in. She said to him, hey, what's up? And he says, you look beautiful. She said she never had a moment of him looking at her the way that he did. So on her wedding day, she's realizing he's looking at me as more than just a friend. He has this adoring gaze that just keeps going on all throughout the day. So she says she proceeded, with the wedding. She marries the husband. Bryant, who had been drinking, publicly professed his love to her. There's like no other way to say it. So later that evening, she's dancing with him, and he says to her at the reception, why didn't you ever give me a chance? I would have always taken care of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So listen, when the preacher says speak now or forever hold your peace, bruh, you were supposed to hold your peace. Okay.
They don't mean it.
Yeah. Yep. So she's thinking, oh, he's drunk. He's lonely. He doesn't have anybody. He doesn't really mean it. She lets it go. A year later, less than a year later, problems arise in her marriage with the then husband who's unnamed. And they start the proceedings for, to get a divorce. So
Amoxicillin chimed in from Twitch and says he was never her friend. That's what we call a nice guy. And also said the first impressions that was dirty when you started reading art. First impressions that's kind of dirty.
But this is the thing. He was the best man. So right. That means the groom's friend.
Right, because they were all friends in high school. They weren't tight in high school. It was like they were acquaintances, but then later in life they all kind of like, oh hey, and then they all like became friends. Like
right, that's what I'm saying. So he was the homie of the groom. Yeah. He wouldn't pick them to be his best man if they wasn't cool like that.
Right, exactly. So, that's exactly right. Oh. Yep.
It became cool.
So when her and the husband divorced, she went through a depression. She secluded herself. She didn't want to make an effort for anything. But Bryant, the best friend, showered her with emotional support during the separation. He asked me to eat with him, hang out with him, watch a show. He was just trying to be there for me.
Whatever, dog.
She says, then to her surprise, how are you surprised? Brian and I kissed one day when we were hanging out. It was out of nowhere when he kissed me and I didn't stop it. I kissed him back. I was shocked. It was a good kiss and it felt natural.
That right there just threw out the whole thing for me of what she was saying about nah.
Right.
Exactly. I agree. She knew. When somebody.
First of all, the boy came to your parents' crib.
Right.
Then the boy professed his love to you in front of everybody at the wedding. Mm-hmm. Then you gonna go dance with the boy? Mm-hmm. First of all, I'd have been like, you
get him out.
Boy got to go.
Yep.
Sheena said,
I don't need no best man.
How is the reception continuing?
Exactly.
Because it's a party.
Yeah, that's what Goose said. No, he need to go.
No, we talking about after the boy
He
said what
confessed his
he
love.
said.
Right.
Oh yeah,
How
no, he's a
the
go.
cartoon Gus with a whole bunch of stuff flying around at the reception. Like I don't
Right.
like my wife thought like in front of my face.
On my wedding day.
Yep.
Right?
So
Well, you keep sneakers in the trunk.
to wrap this party up, they immediately began dating not long after her divorce. So almost immediately. The friends became lovers, and within a year, she became pregnant with their first son, who's now 9. The couple got married in 2012. Bryant said, "I always wanted to marry you, and this isn't because of the baby, but let's start the family right." So she says we were always friends. But when we got together romantically, it was like nothing was hard to do anymore, knowing we had each other. So they are now still to this day married. They have 4 children and living the dream.
Wow.
Do they have friends though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like we can't hang out with them.
Just said they could have each other. Nope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
That was waiting in the wing.
Exactly.
Whatever that term is, that phrase is.
What?
Like he was just waiting for his chance to pound. Like
waiting in the wings.
yeah,
waiting in the wing. Like that was. You know what that is? You know what that is?
What?
But this dude did it better than he did. The guy I'm about to tell you about did it better because he did it at the right time. That's Dwayne and Whitley right there. Except for Dwayne, the best man. Right. Dwayne crashed and professed his love, and Whitley was feeling him the whole time.
Yeah.
And Dwayne and Whitley end up being married. For those that don't know, that's a reference to the show.
Different word.
Yeah.
Exactly. He did it when you supposed to do it.
Well,
no. Did he?
Yeah. Well, I think
because I feel like they went past the whole speak now because everybody's like looking at Dwayne like, you gonna say something?
But Dwayne wasn't the best man though.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't the best man. That's the only difference. He wasn't.
Like this supposed to be my dog.
Right.
And if you felt that way when I asked you to be the best man, you should have been like, "No, I'm out of town that weekend, dog."
I'm not feeling it. Like,
yeah. So
that's dirty, man.
Pretty ugly. Pretty ugly. So
she knew what it was, because how does man tell you all this stuff, then you go dance with him?
Well, he said that while they were dating.
Divorce your husband and go marry this fool.
I wonder if they was fooling around the whole time.
I wonder if he got his money back for this wedding.
He probably still paying for it.
200 plus people, I hope so.
Oh my god!
I hope he got his money back for this wedding. So if you got feelings, just tell folk early. Don't wait until the last minute.
And that was way beyond the last minute.
Yeah.
So my god.
Man, that wow.
Yep. So
wow.
Anyhow.
That one. I can't believe. Tara, what's this I'll Take Your Man challenge? Is that a song? What is that? Is that TikTok?
So no, it was a TikTok video that went viral last week. The woman's name is Stephanie. She goes by Inverted Yoga. She posted, it was a video, it was over 2 minutes long, and she was pretending to be like making up a challenge. So basically what happened was her now ex-husband's name's Christian Gray. I mean, she called him out. He is a Christian preacher and an ordained minister. So basically, long story half long, she went on this video to say that Stephanie, I don't know if she says the last name, you won the I'll Take Your Man challenge, because they were going through issues. Their daughter had passed away, and he claimed, she's a nurse at some hospital in their town. He claimed that they were praying together. Her and him, preacher man, and Becky Sue were praying together,
laying on the hands.
Yeah, well, whatever. So she said that you got yourself an authentic. This is what she won. You got yourself an authentic, tall, handsome, God-fearing preacher man. By stating their full names, jobs, and even places of work, the TikToker was on a mission to name and shame the people who had hurt her. So she used a profile picture that she had taken off of Stephanie's page. These two went on vacation together. He basically left his family, who were mourning the death of their child. They have 2 other children, and took money out of their family account to take Becky Sue on vacation. So let's see. She continued to tell everybody how the couple's living together in their old hometown, and he's doing things with her that he used to do with his wife. So she basically posted pictures everywhere. Besides the cheating, it turns out that her ex-husband actually had, like I said, had the nerve to use their family finances to pay for all the dates that he was taking this young lady on. She clearly, the nurse Jessie, clearly wasn't innocent in the whole drama because she knew that he was married and she knew that he had other children with his wife. Stephanie, the wife, is well aware of the fact that she was checking her Facebook page saying, you saw that we had two other kids together and that their daughter had just died a year ago. So she basically was shaming her. According to the clearly hurt TikToker, her family was very fragile at the time when Jesse swooped in. What was his excuse for cheating? Stephanie claims that his excuse was he needed somebody to pray with. I'm sorry, preacher man. Pray with your wife. You just lost your daughter, your baby daughter. You have two other children. You praying with Becky Sue, the nurse at the hospital? Okay. So that's it.
This one is too messy even for me to like really kind of.
Yeah, like it's trash. It's jacked up.
It is. It really is. I feel bad for her. And if you watch the video, I'm not on TikTok. I think I saw it on Instagram, but you can hear the hurt in her voice. Her voice is very shaky. She held it together really, really well, but clearly this woman is hurt. I mean, who wouldn't be? Like, my child just died, and now my husband is stepping out with his little snow bunny that he claims he's praying with, and has left me with the two other children that we have together, and is using our money, our family finances, to take this wench on dates and on vacation. So
all I gotta say is, how you get them is how you keep them.
Amen. How you lose them.
If you if you think that he will turn around and do the same thing to you, you are sadly mistaken.
Yep.
And for past the scandal,
past the
offering,
past the scandal, you already know. You already know what you have. Yep. And all I gotta say is, them tables turn. They always turn.
Karma, you don't know when it's coming.
Turn in your direction. So I don't even have nothing else to say. Well, you need to sit down somewhere.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll have several.
You can preacher means the bad name.
Yes. Okay, you messing up the church's money for real.
Yeah. Good roast him and divorce. Roast.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They'll never get that new roof.
Exactly. What's with the church building fund? That's what I want to know.
We all want to know that. My bad.
Yeah. So
that's
that
was gross.
That was messy.
Yeah, it's super messy, super duper messy. I felt so bad for her. Like, watching that video, I was on the verge of tears. I was like, oh man, this poor woman.
But when I saw it, she sounded kind of happy to me. Like, she sounded very sarcastic.
Yeah. But she clearly, like, you could, like, just because her like voice was all shaky, like she was trying to fight back
tears. Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean, I couldn't imagine that. I really could not imagine. Like, how could you be so vindictive? Like, what made you sit down and plot that out? Like, I want to know.
Justin left. Is the show over?
The little one is downstairs being loud.
Oh.
And this can be a sensitive microphone, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you really need to sit down. You need to fast. You need to pray. And you really need to seek the Lord.
Yep.
And stop worrying about these women. And you need to get yourself back in right standing.
Yep. And old girl, same thing for her. She knew he was married with kids. She knew they had just lost a child. She knew he was vulnerable. And she was like, let me see if I can put that thing on him. And he fell right in her trap.
Pitfall.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to sleep divorce.
All right, Tyra, this is you. This was your baby.
Oh, this really? Oh, this was your baby, huh?
I kind of forgot a lot of this. I ain't going to.
Well, that's why
Let's-
we have such good notes.
It's an arrangement whereby couples decide what they need, individual sleeping arrangements. Think separate beds, different sleep times, or entirely different rooms. There are a lot of reasons you might need sleep separation. If one of you works late nights, then sleeping together could involve 3 a.m. disruptions.
What you looking at?
One of you might have a sleep disorder that makes sleeping in the same bed unpleasant or even unsafe.
What you looking at?
And it's also possible that you and your partner started sleeping separately for some reason during the pandemic and you discovered that you enjoyed the extra space.
You know what? Do you remember like people once upon a time slept
Separate
in
beds.
separate beds,
Like
same
the
room?
1950s.
Well, they did that because women couldn't get on birth control without the consent of their husbands. That's why they slept in separate beds, because she didn't want to get pregnant no more. Yeah, you don't need nobody's permission.
We got feet.
What?
That's how we get from our bed to your bed.
Well,
Right. It ain't like we can't just go over there and
I never knew why it started. I just
That's originally why it started.
okay.
Let's talk about let me see. Some so for reasons for sleep divorce. And extra space. So you should remind yourself that sleeping apart doesn't mean your relationship is terrible. And I can agree with the separate schedule thing, because Justin works overnights, I work in the day. And you do get, especially since we both working from home, you do get them 3 a.m. disruptions. And like for me, like once I wake up, it's very hard for me to go back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
It's very hard for me to go back to sleep.
sometimes.
Anyway,
Sometimes she sleep before she gets the whole sentence out of her mouth.
that is true. So it's okay if you like to snooze with a little space between you, because you know the rest of the day you get separately. It's better, once you spend time apart. Sometimes you're more appreciative of the time you have together.
Tyra, do you want me to take over? Can you breathe?
Because I'm struggling.
Okay. All right. So the next point here is be gentle in your approach. If you're at the point where you're ready to sleep in separate places, your partner probably knows about your sleep issues, like they snore super duper loud. So even so, it can be hard to tell someone you love that you want a sleep divorce. And the truth is, you might have feelings about it too. So in most cases, it's going to be painful for both people for whatever reason. You can share a bed at night. When we communicate a change in behavior with empathy, that softens the blow. How hard would it be to say, I can't sleep in the room with you anymore? You think, would that hurt you?
Bye.
See, it wouldn't hurt Goose.
Listen, as long as I ain't moving my stuff and it's not disrupting me, you go sleep with
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I know a family, they have 8 children, and the mother and father were happily married for he passed away, but they lived in separate houses. Not even just separate rooms, separate houses, and they still managed to have a happy marriage and 8 children. So, all right, so here's other things.
Right? Amoxicillin?
What did she say?
Why they gotta call it?
Why they gotta be so dramatic? Sleep divorce already sounds extra as
Yeah.
It does.
We
But
didn't make it up.
I can see the benefits, and I can see the risk as well.
What do you think a risk would be, though, Tyra?
Well, I mean, you're not available for the yearning, but you could always walk over to the next room or the next house.
Yeah.
See, I don't care because, like I said before, sleep is not something that I value a lot. I get it when I can.
Yeah, I slept all day today.
My rest.
Like I go to sleep when I'm tired, and I wake up when I'm rested.
It's kind of like me.
Yeah.
In the same way. Well, me, I work.
The only thing that kind of makes sense to me with this whole sleep divorce is like different schedules. That makes sense to me. Or if somebody has like a medical condition, like they're hooked up to all kinds of contraptions or something like that. You know what I mean? Like to help them keep breathing. So all right, so let's look at some other things. Consider some sleep compromises. If you're bleary-eyed from sleep deprivation, different beds might seem like the best solution. But is there room for compromise? Could you sleep apart on weeknights and spend weekends together? That's a good compromise. Just as couples can define relationships on their own terms, you're allowed to be creative with your sleep routine. What's funny? What happened? What I missed?
We have a call.
We gotta call somebody. My bad. Here we go. We got a call coming in. I don't know if it's Miguel or Cicely, but our guest from last week. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. Wait. Don't say
It's still new to us, y'all. Be patient.
it's still new. It's still a little bit new. There we go. How's it going?
No, we had to call in because we had that sleep divorce before Miguel started sleeping with the CPAP. He had sleep apnea. And I'm telling you, the rumbling that came from his mouth, his nose, I wasn't sure which part, but I was like, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm sitting on the sofa. You get that checked out. Let me know when you got that checked out. And then now we good.
Yep.
Now we good. Everything's quiet. But until then, I was like, to you. He's like, what did I do? I'm like, go back.
You're like, yeah, I slept for 45 minutes because you sounded like a bear last night.
Let me tell you.
Better protect you, my dear.
Put your mask on. Put your mask on.
It's not all.
That's exactly what I do. He'll fall asleep where I'm like, and he goes, I'm like, wake up.
Yep. That's exactly right. You hear that first little rumble, you're like, bro, wake up.
But see, Tyra would tell me to put the mask on. Like I'll breathe hard one time, and I'll be up looking at my phone, and I'll go, and so put your mask on. Put your mask on.
Because I know you falling asleep, and I know it's coming, and so I know if you fall asleep good, you're not gonna put it on. Because I'm telling you.
What did Miguel say? I didn't hear what Miguel said.
He said, "But we married that
y'all married us bears. So come over here and cuddle."
All right.
Exactly.
But no, and see, the reason why is because Justin not telling the whole story. He wants to come and get right next to me and be just like that. Yes, you do. He be in my ear.
That's only when I take a nap, not when I go to sleep. Not when I go all the way.
Yeah,
all
on my side.
All on my side.
You know what to do.
Yes.
There is no sides.
No. It's a whole bed. It's a whole bed. So.
Apparently, Tyra has a side, but I don't.
That's how I go.
Yeah.
I got the crease.
You
know how they run that seam around the mattress?
No, you tell me.
That's what I got.
I lay up in that crease.
He lying, y'all. He lying.
And then Tyra be like, stop sleeping on the edge of the bed. I ain't got nowhere else to go.
He got plenty of space.
I told him.
Oh my God, it sounds like us. I'm like, why are you sitting on the edge of the bed?
Ain't got nowhere else to go.
Y'all give us.
They said that's the space.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
stop. You got plenty of space.
I barely move all night.
First of all, this is an impromptu conversation, and all three fellas can't have the same answer like it was prepared. So it's gotta be the truth.
It's gotta be the truth. So that means we tell the truth about y'all roaring like lions in the middle of it. I mean, that joy wake me up out my sleep. I'll be like, what happened?
But you know what? At the end of the day, I've been married to this man. It's our anniversary today.
Happy
anniversary!
Awesome.
Happy anniversary, y'all.
18 years, and I can take it.
Yeah.
I can take it. I'm good. As long as you put that mask on.
Yeah.
Everything's
I
fine.
ain't taking it.
She said she could take it. You that woman alone.
Love y'all.
Love you.
So
Thanks
see
for
you.
calling, guys.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks, y'all.
All right.
That was our guest from last week. That was Cicely and Miguel calling.
Yeah.
Appreciate them
so
checking us out.
Two more points, and then we can wrap this show up, wrap the party up. So spend time cuddling. Wait, there's a comment. Goose is cracking up at a comment, Justin. Mox is saying,
Okay, there's a couple comments that came in a year ago. We got one here. I want to know who's got that master bedroom money, the 2 master bedroom money, because as the wife, I ain't giving up the master. I'll take the small room. It's all good. Let me get all my stuff in that I can have fun with. And then they say, then when they get quiet, you scared. They aren't breathing. Wake up to a dead body.
Exactly.
No, there are times when Goose is quiet, and I'll look over and I'll be like, "All right, I see the cover move. He's good."
I do that with her too. Yeah, I did that with her the other night. Like I didn't hear no breathing, no movement.
But see,
over was like, let me just make sure.
I find it funny that the ladies talk about us like they don't snore.
Oh, I totally do. I know I do.
I snore.
Yes, you do.
I never.
I don't snore the way you snore though.
Yeah, but you
snore.
I'm not gargling.
No, but you. I'll get in the bed and tired, but like,
No, I'm thinking about the good.
It's not old Negro spiritual.
Spirituals out here. And then start laughing.
Wing lose.
Start laughing. I'm like, whoa, what is so? Let me get out of here because I don't know what's coming next.
Oh no.
Hold on, Miguel.
My white purse.
I'll take that.
That's an appropriate anniversary answer.
Yes, it is. Good job, Miguel. Good job, Miguel.
Yes, it is.
All right. So the last couple of things. Spend time cuddling before bed if you sleep separately, I guess. Sleeping with your partner may not be amazing right now, but it probably has hidden benefits for both of you. If the two of you typically chat before bed or cuddle in the morning, then you should try to keep those rituals alive. Spend some time snuggling in one of the beds so you have that intimate moment before splitting off. Even if you're not a snuggler, creating a nighttime routine like watching TV in bed an hour before you go to sleep, that makes sleeping separately a little less foreign and could be helpful.
I disagree.
Like, all right.
I totally disagree. Because we start watching TV, I'm going to sleep.
The credits run, and then you be like, all right, good night.
Right.
You grab your stuff downstairs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, yo, where you going?
You ain't gonna cuddle me all up, and then I got to get up and go to the next room.
Exactly. I'm all warm and comfortable, and now I gotta leave. No, that's not gonna happen.
Nah,
I don't think we'd ever get a sleep divorce. I feel like we just have to suck it up.
Oh yeah, I suck it up all the time.
Yeah,
I get woken up all the time. That's why I don't like that.
Not anymore though. You've been so great lately.
What you mean?
You don't snore much anymore.
No, I'm talking about y'all making noise, waking me up.
Me snoring?
Noise, period.
Oh, just like when I because you say I walk. He claims I walk hard. I don't think I do.
I'm like Herman Munster.
Shut up. All right. So this is the last thing, Justin. Be intentional about other forms of physical closeness. Ramp up physical affection throughout the day. Take a shower together. Hang out on the couch. Binging Netflix goes a long way. Those kinds of things create physical intimacy and will help you feel close with your partner. If you're concerned that sleeping apart may interfere with your sex life, it shouldn't, then you should talk about that as well. You can schedule sex to keep the momentum going or find other creative workarounds. How do you schedule sex? Like, okay, so on Tuesday at 9:40, like who schedules sex?
People do it.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever. That's it, Justin.
That's too much like work. I don't know.
That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Yeah. Like what if you miss the alert on your calendar? Like, oh, we were supposed to have sex.
We were supposed to have sex today. Oh, on it.
Yep.
She might let you forget.
Like, there's that commercial on TV. I don't remember the sport, but the two guys about to have like a duel or a shootout, and they're trying to schedule it because it don't fit in their schedule.
Oh, the boy like, we're supposed to eat beans at 3:30.
We're supposed to eat beans at 2:30.
Right. That's hilarious. So,
but well, it is what it is, man. So I guess we're gonna have to show up. It's time for the final twist. Anybody got one?
Yeah, if you have one and you're watching at home, please type in your final twist so we can read it out. What's she say?
I ain't putting in my exactly. Listen, don't have a family shared calendar. Now everybody needs to peen on Tuesday.
All right. Eggplant Wednesday.
Eggplant Wednesday.
Yep. You're so stupid.
Who got a final twist?
I have one.
Mine ain't deep or funny or none of that.
Are you guys are not prepared?
I'm prepared, but it's not deep or funny or exclusive or nothing.
What is it?
Go Carolina.
Oh,
Wait, is that the? Are they playing against Duke? Right.
They beat Duke last night. They play against
So
Kansas.
now who do they? So now who are the two teams?
Kansas.
Kansas and
Kansas beat Villanova.
yes.
Okay.
See, I'm teaching her.
I'm slowly
God,
being bored to death. Okay, so all right. Mine is using your old computer to find a new one is like asking your wife to find you a mistress.
wait, say that again?
Nah.
Yes, it is. Using your old computer to find a new computer is like asking your wife to find you a mistress.
I disagree.
Nah.
I get it. I get it.
You can totally disagree.
Nah.
It's
Why?
like
Because, all right, so dig this.
with your computer's supposed to be tight until it's not.
Until that joint break down.
So dig this.
Stuff.
It's called Moore's Law. Every 18 months, any
Technology.
electronics you have
Right.
become obsolete. So if I go on my old laptop to look for a new laptop, how is that not similar?
Because, I mean, you can go to the store, but now everybody shops online. So you're going to use your only means of internet communication to look for your laptop.
The three of you realize that I am dripping with sarcasm, and
Yeah,
that was
we
supposed to
know.
be funny, right? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Don't go too deep. Don't go too deep.
Well, you know.
I'm just saying that's like using your phone to look for your new phone.
And that's exactly what I
Same
did
thing.
a couple months ago.
Exactly.
So
All
who
right,
goes to
go
go next?
There's only you and
Oh,
Bruce.
okay. I'll go. Oh, wait a minute. What I done clicked on?
Oh, that's porn.
No.
Pornhub.
No. All right. So the final result of too much routine is death in life. And Gertrude Anderson, Atherson wrote this.
Okay. So what was it? The final what?
The final result of too much routine is death in life.
Yeah, because routine is
You're not living.
Right. You're not
in
living.
life or death of life.
death in life.
You're doing the same thing every day. You're not living.
Right.
That's what that's saying.
I get up, I make my egg, I go to work,
Groundhog Day.
I eat my cheese sandwich, I come home, I
Yep.
eat my tomato soup, I pet my cat, I go to bed, I get up and do the same thing the next day.
I like that one.
Exactly. Yes, it's so true. It's so true. My
Before he dies, he still has to come to work one last time.
one last time.
Ain't that something?
Mm.
I'm not a funeral home.
Mhm.
I work at a funeral home.
Yep. All right. What's yours?
So
old
my
man?
final thought, we're gonna go back to what was that? Dear 10-7 letter. When they came to an arrangement to be, open about their sexual desires. So when you make this, when you guys made this decision, you had to become good with trust and honesty. And can you handle honesty? Obviously, you may not be able to because your husband was honest with you, and you don't know how to handle it. So when you and your mate and you and your partner are coming to these agreements and these terms and discussing how you're going to move forward in your relationship, ask yourself the question: am I able to handle if this person is going to be 100% honest with me?
That's true.
Because that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to ask yourself beyond if you can handle it. But if you can handle it, will you believe that they're not acting on it or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just, sometimes it's good to be in the dark. You dig with me? Sometimes ignorance saves you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
Absolutely. You should put that on a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you have it, y'all. That is the 10-7 show for the day. I have a question. And there's no real answer, but like the last 4 days, it's been windy. When is the wind going to stop blowing so doggone?
When is winter going to go away?
Well, it's going to rain like 4 days out of the next 5.
Of course it is. I have a hair appointment. Of course it's going to rain.
And I got baseball stuff going on all week. So.
Do they not cancel for rain?
We're inside, but a game will get canceled or postponed.
Okay.
Yeah. But practices will be inside.
Wait, can you bring up that last comment from amoxicillin?
Human interaction is hard. The truth can lock you down too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amoxicillin's coming with the comments tonight.
Yeah.
Roll. I like her.
Appreciate your amoxicillin.
Thank you, amoxicillin. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Miguel and Cecily.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out here on the 10-7 show. We're going to get up out of here. Let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday night. But, of course, you can come back and check any part of the show that you might have missed or just watch it again on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to the New Twist Radio new YouTube channel and, the Twitch channel, too. Amoxicillin, you can go ahead and subscribe to that Twitch channel. And join the 10-7 group on Facebook. And make sure you download make sure you follow the 10-7 show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 10-7 show. With all that being said, we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for hanging with us. And we are going to roll as soon as I get this thing together. Appreciate y'all. We out.
Have a good
Peace,
one.
y'all.
Good one.